Hello, Overton students. My name is Lauren, and I am a water resource engineer over at Stantec, which is one of your business partners. I am super excited to tell you about just a little bit of how I got to be where I am today, and hopefully give you a little insight that not every path to get to where you want to go is a clear cut straight line. So, here's my story. When I was in high school, just like you all, I was taking a lot of different classes, and quite frankly, I was very confused of what I wanted to do because I had at least a little bit of interest in just about every subject that I was taking. But the only thing I really knew for certain is I absolutely loved math and I loved problem solving. But since there was no job in the world that I could find that just said problem solver, I was very confused and had no idea what I really wanted to do. So when my senior year approached and I looked at my options and I looked at all the colleges that I could go to, I didn't find much reason in going to a college when I still was confused what I even wanted to do in the first place. So with that in mind, I ended up taking the opportunity that Tennessee Promise gave. As I'm sure you know, Tennessee Promise is a scholarship for anyone to go to community college completely paid for. I was the first of any class to actually take advantage of that opportunity, and I am so glad I did because with community college I was able to take so many different classes that interest me and really figure out what I enjoyed. So while I was there, I worked a lot with my professors that I had, and especially my guidance counselors, in figuring out what I wanted to do. So, with all that in mind, I've still figured out that I love math and I love problem solving, and those are two aspects that I did not want to lose whenever I went into my day to day career. So, turns out I discovered what civil engineering even was, which is basically any engineering or building anything that doesn't move. So, roads, building, looking at transportation, dams, water resources, bridges, all of that is under civil engineering. And once I figured out what that even was and that it existed, I absolutely just fell in love with the profession immediately. With knowing what I wanted to do, that's when I started to look at where I could go after community college to get that degree with the accreditation that I would need to eventually become a professional. So I found Lipscomb, and again, with the help of my guidance counselors and professors, I was actually able to achieve a scholarship to get to go to that school, which was a huge blessing. I spent about 3 years at Lipscomb getting my civil engineering degree. And when I hit my senior year, I was in a similar situation that I was 4 years ago in high school, where I did not know where I was going to go or what I wanted to do with that degree afterwards. So, ironically, while I was working at a coat check, I was volunteering for a Lipscomb engineering event to invite a lot of our business partners in to celebrate the work that we have been doing for engineering. My professor was actually talking to my now current boss and just talking about what the company that Stantec had, what their needs were, and if they were hiring. And they were looking for someone who wanted to go into water resources. And my professor was like, I might have someone. She's right outside. Go talk to her. So, great example of how volunteering and networking is such a huge key into finding a position, finding what you want to do, and finding a good team and good people to work with, because that's exactly what happened for me. I ended up talking to my now boss, and we set up an interview, and I have been working for Stantec for almost 2 years now, so I would say it ended up pretty well. So, main key takeaways from my story that I hope you get is figure out what you want to do and where you want to do it, because those are two extremely important tools that you will take with you for the rest of your life. And also, volunteer and network with people, because you never know how or where you can meet the people that's always going to help you and encourage you through the rest of your career. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you a little bit. Thanks, Overton.